Yo. Twitch chat, what is up? No Sam with 49 months. Oh my god, No Sam, you absolute mad lad. Tier 2 sub, 49 months. Amazing stuff. The master of the card reviews himself. DJ Eternal with 13 months. Welcome back. Hey, Commander Keen. Hey, everybody else whose names I haven't said yet, and I'm too lazy to say. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, right? I really lost track of time this holiday weekend. Happy Monday. It is deck building day. We're gonna build decks today. I'm not gonna play any games today. If you're wanting to watch gameplay, I'm sorry. Close the VOD, close the stream. Tomorrow duels stuff comes out, so there's like no reason to play duels today, because it's like, even if it's something amazing, it's not gonna be a video I want to make, because tomorrow will be new stuff and I want to see the new stuff. So we'll do duels a bunch tomorrow. Duels is apparently going to have the new treasures in and new cards. Alterac Valley cards will be in buckets. They will not be in decks. You can't run them, but you can find them. So tomorrow we'll actually get a really good head start on duels stuff, Alterac Valley stuff and duels, which is going to be super fun. And then I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you the date of this yet or not, but I got the go-ahead to announce my participation in the theory crafting stream. I'll just say it's this week, later this week. I don't know if we're supposed to go have a date or anything. So we're going to build decks for theory crafting. I don't, why do I need a bot? What do you mean? Like, if you want, I can just start tagging at Twitch or something. Why do I need a bot to do that? I don't understand. I don't know what that means. Send me a DM and explain that. I don't want you to have to waste bits on explaining what you mean. I'm happy to help, but I just don't know what that means. Can I just tag the role manually? Like, I always copy paste it, so it's not a big deal if I want to add a tag or whatever. Hey, Backed Pine, thanks for the 15 months. Amazing. Hello, right back at you. What was I saying? Theory crafting stream. Yeah, oh, so we're going to build decks for theory crafting this week. So I'd like to just build, I don't know, 10 decks today or so that I have some choices for when the theory crafting stream is. Well, you should already have the role if you're a Twitch sub, if your Discord is synced. Like, there is an auto role set in the Discord, I think. Like, any sub should have a automatic sync of their role. Or if you were around long enough, you have that Bronzebeard role too. I don't know if you're around for that or not, like an auto Bronzebeard role. I don't know. Send me a DM. I'm happy to try to figure it out. I just don't know what it all means. I don't want to do it right now. So yeah, I want to build 10 decks. Basically, I am also planning to do the pre-release stream on Friday and Saturday that we always do, where we'll be able to play deck recipes. So I don't want to have a crossover between the theory crafting decks and the deck recipes, or at least not too much. There might be some stuff that's just too exciting to play. So sure, yeah, that's fine. Send me a DM. Oh, right, because if I send Twitch and they're not online, they'll get notified for later. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to do that. I see what you mean. I understand the distinction. We actually are going to do an owl OTK for Warlock today. Yeah, that's on my list. Yeah, that is indeed on the list. So let's see. I actually made a deck last night just to get rolling. I was going to show you guys that real quick and see if you had any tweaks or thoughts. Now, here's some deals. These are going to be for the theory crafting stream, which means we have to have 10 Alterac Valley cards. Each deck has to have 10 AV cards. That is a fundamental requirement. So if you see any weird choices, sometimes it's going to be because of AV. So this is a deck I made last night. This is a deck I really want to do really bad. It's a Guff deck because I think get to 20 mana, you know, that's an insane highlight, great moment, super funny video type thing. And I specifically want to play Ivis the Forest Lord at 20 mana so that he gains 19 different buffs. So presumably he would gain Rush, Divine Shield, and Taunt almost always. That would be 3 of the buffs. So he would also gain 16 extra +2/+2 buffs. Or he would gain 32/32 plus his normal 1/1. So he would be a 33/33 with Rush, Divine Shield, and Taunt. That's the goal. So this is the #1 deck I want to play. So the question is, what do we put alongside this? I really wish there was a better way to see this whole deck list. Maybe we'll zoom out some. Yeah, you guys don't need to be super zoomed in on this, right? Can I zoom in one more maybe and still? Yeah, okay. So Ivis and Guff guaranteed in there, right? I also had to run enough Alterac Valley cards because we have to get to 10. So I put in Pathmaker and Pride Seeker, along with some choose one choices like Nourish for additional ramp and Capture Cold Tooth Mine to help me find the Ivis if I need to. It's technically going to get me nature studies, but you know, it can help, whatever the case. Also, Loctalar is just another big threat thing, and an elemental for N'Zoth, because as you can see, I put in a N'Zoth package here. I figured the Marsh Hydras made a lot of sense because we're going to have like 15 mana, you know, you can play a 7 and an 8-drop all at once. So like normally you kind of have to wait to get the reward on these. If you have enough mana, technically you can play all these right away. So they seem like a good way to fill the hand with mana, which I think is something you have to do if you want to spend, you know, excess of 10. You need to keep refilling the mana. Some Solar Eclipses there for like Nourish card draw or Cenarian Ward plays. We've got a mech, a demon, a dragon. Again, this kind of fills the hand so you can just dump stuff if you have 20 mana. Ran a Grim Totem to fill out the 10 card requirement. Seemed like fine removal for Druid that it doesn't really have access to. Oh, hey, Auto Citizen dude. I didn't see your sub. 2 months. Training for a half marathon. Amazing. 13.1 miles. And your duels playlist on YouTube are perfect and are long enough for my runs on the treadmill. Oh, awesome, dude. Good luck. I have been around the running scene and community much of my life. My dad is a marathoner and ultra marathoner and half marathoner and every other variety. I used to go to 5Ks all the time as a kid. I've run some 5Ks, never done a half. I don't even think I've ever done a 10K. But good luck, man. Good luck on your run. Fikar, dude, thanks for the 3 months and the kind words. Yeah, so like Overgrowth and Wild Growth, right? I decided that I didn't need them. Which, like, let's discuss. Feel free. Like, that's why we're doing this collective deck building here. Because I get the hero power to ramp, and my thought was, well, if I don't have Guff, I don't need that much ramp because I'm going to be capped at 10. But as soon as I get Guff, I have this really efficient hero power that's just like one of those every time. Plus, I have the Nourishes. And I thought between the Nourish and the Guff, I'm probably okay. Like, I didn't want to get too dense on ramp. I wanted to run more card draw because, and I know technically Wild Growth and Overgrowth can be card draw, but only if you're mana capped, which if we're like 14 going into 20, we're not going to be mana capped. They won't draw. So I wanted to run more card draw because I think you got to fill your hand with enough stuff to play it out. Like, you have to spend mana if you've got 15 mana. If you only got 7 mana worth of stuff to play, having 15 mana doesn't do anything, right? So there's some tenuous balance there between ramp and card draw, and I don't know exactly where to land. But I think I want to land more on the card draw side, particularly because this is actually a theory crafting deck, not like a ladder day 1 deck sort of thing. So it's like, you get a little more leeway to kind of goof off in theory crafting. So I wanted to be on the greedier side as opposed to sort of the like consistency side. So I don't know. Like, this is where I landed. I think it kind of makes sense. We do have Pathmaker Nourish too for extra ramp if I wanted, or extra card draw. And I thought Prideseeker Nourish was like really strong too, because it's 3/4 mana. Yes, let's talk about that real quick. The Honor questline stuff. I was reading a little bit right before I hopped on the stream. It sounds like you're gonna play a lot of games to max out the Honor questline to get the golden legendaries, which I'm actually okay with. I don't mind purely cosmetic achievements being heavily time gated. Like, it's kind of like classic WoW, where you have to play a lot and have to win a lot if you want to be a grandmaster or whatever they're called, high warlord, whatever it is. Which I think I'm okay with, honestly. Like, it's just cosmetic. And can you craft the golden if you don't unlock it that way? If not, that's kind of lame, I guess, because it'd be like impossible to get it any other way. But if there's some other way to access it in particular, like if you can craft it later, I think that's totally fine to have a chase goal. I guess I would be concerned if you didn't have an alternate way to get it. Maybe that would be a little tough for some people, because Hearthstone's a naturally more casual game than something like World of Warcraft. It's not cosmetic for free to play. I thought you got the base version anyway. Did you not get the base version anyway? Oh, that might be a little more annoying then. I thought you got the base versions like on the rewards track or something. If it's actually legitimately going to give you an advantage. Do we know that for sure? Now, in that case, if it is really going to be an economic factor for free-to-play players, I would definitely ease up on the requirements thing, because that's outrageous. Like, 360 games. I'm probably not even going to get that done, honestly. And I play this game for a job. I mean, not really. I make videos for a job. The game is a part of that. But I don't think I'll win 10 games a day, or whatever the math was. Rudo, thanks for the Prime sub, by the way. And NoSave, thanks to 177 bits. Lightning Bloom came up. I actually don't think we want Lightning Bloom in this deck, actually, believe it or not. Lightning Bloom's really good at accelerating you into a big play, and I don't think we're going to need that, because we're going to have so much extra mana sometimes that Lightning Bloom gets diminishing returns later in the game. Like, yeah, sometimes it could still get you a Cenarian Ward sooner, but without, you know, like a Celestial Alignment or some like absolute game swinger, I don't actually think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, I know duels counts, but I don't really think, I still don't think I'll win 10 games a day. Like, yeah, a good long duels run takes us like a whole stream almost. And, you know, even if I stream every single day, which I usually don't, it's going to be hard for me to get that done. We'll see how close I get. But you only have like 36 days, I think they said, right? So you got to win 10 a day. Or, you know, equivalent based on the math. Obviously, losing and stuff factors in too, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to make it easier then. I thought it was like some cool cosmetic chase thing, but if it actually has implications for people's economy. I thought you had to average out to winning 10 games. If you only need to play 10 games, then I will probably do it, yeah. Poison Thorn says the same thing. Okay, I thought you had to win 10. If you only have to play 10, then yeah, I'll probably get it done. That's probably not too bad for me. Still too much for a lot of people, though. So, anyway, did I explain this efficiently or sufficiently that you guys think this makes sense? The cards I was like least sure about is Guess the Weight. I put in a Mr. Smite just because I thought it'd be pretty cool off in the Zoth, but you definitely don't have to have Smite or Goliath Sneeds. I thought about maybe making those more defensive, although, you know, Smite can trade and Sneeds is kind of defensive as a board clear for Druid, which is nice. So, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we'll just stick with this because I haven't seen anybody say you're insane, this looks miserable. The ramp conversation is the most interesting conversation on this deck, but if I were playing this in ladder, I would be more prone to add ramp. But since it's theory crafting, I'm more prone to add greed. I think we'll have a little bit more leeway to be greedy. So let's keep this one for now. It's fine. We can always change the day of too. We find out it's just too greedy. So next up, I wanted to make a Burgle Rogue. Let's make a Burgle Rogue. Burgle Road. Yeah, 5 wins I should be able to do. Honestly, particularly with duels, we have usually a positive win rate lately. Not always with standard, but I'm not worried about that. We'll be all right. I did actually have a Mutanus there for a bit, but I'm not worried if we like one person queuing out of like 30 or whatever. I'm not gonna adjust the deck too much. So let's see. We're gonna do Burgle Rogue, Alterac Valley cards, and Burgle Rogue. So definitely Seraphine, Fleet Runner, Double Agent, Wild Paw Knoll. I'm definitely gonna run Scabs because he's new. Reconnaissance is a good Burgle card. I'm not gonna put in the Deathrattle-y stuff. There's really no reason to right now. We're also gonna run Maestra. We're not gonna do Armor Warrior yet. Let's stick to what my plan is here. We're in the middle of building a deck. Recommendations can come after. Maestra. So the idea here is, if you guys haven't thought about this yet or seen this, I didn't come up with this. Maestra makes you a warlock or whatever, right? They'll say you're a warlock. Then what happens is, any rogue card activates Double Agent or activates Wild Paw Knoll, so that you can play these theoretically right away. It's on my list. Yeah, I made a list of 50 decks. Like I have a list of 52 decks for Alterac Valley. Across multiple classes, neutral cards. I got pretty much everything, I think. We'll get there eventually. That is definitely more like a day 3 feeling sort of thing, though. I want to hit the like, you know, the more I would say, I don't know if more exciting is that word, but like most hyped. The things that people are most hyped about, because stuff like Armor Warrior, you know, even after 3 days, most people won't have like tested Armor Warrior. So we'll have room to kind of go back and explore that stuff later. Shredder, thanks to the Prime sub. We've got Big Paladin on the list as well. I'm just going to say the order of things we're going to make today so that everybody knows. We did 20 mana Druid, Burgle Rogue, Big Spell Mage, Big Paladin with the hero card, Deathrattle, OTK Priest, Tamsin's Phylactery OTK, a Frost, I think Control Shaman, and then after that, I'm up for suggestions. I have a list of things, like whatever you guys are most hyped for can come after that. So please feel free to toss out ideas. No, I know Control Warrior is popular. I'm not saying like here's how it works, right? There is a race to the most exciting stuff, like, or not most exciting stuff, most dramatic stuff, let's say. In other words, like once you've seen somebody do something really cool with Big Spell Mage, like after 3 or 4 days, that loses its sort of luster, because a lot of people will have tried Big Spell Mage because it's like the most obvious, most salient deck archetype. So stuff that's like a little more specific or maybe more workman-like, like a Control Warrior, for instance, you know, it's not quite as hype and like crazy and new. Stuff like that usually have a little bit more time to roll into, because it's not like a race to like the big Spell Mage, you know, everybody's doing it day 1 sort of thing. So some decks naturally sort of fall to day 3, you know. Everybody has their own personal preferences, of course, but I'm trying to sort of model the... So for instance, like last expansion, it was Boar. Absolutely had to get a sword Boar deck day 1. After day 1, once people saw it, it's like nobody... Still exciting occasionally, right? But you want to be the first of the Boar. And I did that last expansion of theorycrafting, and that video got 200,000 views. It's like, oh yeah, it worked. the plan worked. We don't have a cool like Boar card this expansion, by the way. We have had a few of those in the past, right? Like, was there one in Barons? I don't know. There's always like, I feel like maybe not in Barons even, really. I don't ever really try to reference other creators too much in videos. I guess I have a few times, but I'm not gonna do Arbor Warrior. It's just not gonna make the list, I don't think. I can tell you're excited about it, but it's just not gonna make the list. Oh, Celestial was kind of like that. Yeah, like a big hype thing. You know, there's always like Mogu Cultist back in the day. We didn't get one of those like chase combo cards this time. They are very fun though. Anyway, let's cut the discourse on what we're going to build and let's just build something. There's a lot of chatter about what we're going to play. Let's just build a thing. Everybody's pulling me 27 different directions. Combat Corgi, thanks for 17 months. Prometheus for the 6 months. Well, big spell mage we're gonna do. Let's give me 3 decks, and then we'll talk more about other decks. We'll get there. Everybody's like just 2 on 2 other decks. All right, so as I was saying 45 minutes ago, Wild Paw Knoll and Double Agent can actually proc off of rogue cards if you have Maestra. Like, you'll throw away your Maestra immediately, but you don't care because you got the cool Double Agent or like turn 1 Wild Paw Knoll. That's exciting. So we need to figure out how to support this deck. I mean, again, this is definitely more of a, you know, we're in a world where this is a theory crafting deck. I have to have 10 Alterac cards, by the way. We should count that. Hold up. 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11. Okay. So, oh, and 12 actually. Okay. So we're good there. We don't have to add any more Alterac cards. So what else goes in a list like this that's really interesting? I mean, how many actual Burgle cards I want stuff? Thanks, Nefarious Rangtangle, for the 1,000 freaking bits. And the hype train's active too. Wow, I didn't even see the hype train. Thanks to the 1,000 bits. Yes, I agree. I think I actually went through my duels videos last night. There's some really good duels videos. I was really proud of all the fun moments and highlights and stuff we've had in duels lately. It's been a really enjoyable few months in duels. Like, that one certainly was chief among them. Good Darcy for the 2 months, and Tremodius with 16 gifted subs. My God, pumping the hype train. Amazing. I'm not gonna read all those names, but congratulations, everybody. Level 2 hype train almost complete here. Jeez. Should we throw in quest? I mean, it's not wrong. I definitely need some kind of supporting package here. I mean, I don't want to like steal the theme too much, right? Like, in other words, you know, if you put in a bunch of quest stuff, it probably just feels like you're winning with quest a lot as opposed to winning with like Seraphine. I mean, let's think, right? Like, how does this deck win? It's kind of mid-rangey in essence, right? Or like almost value-y, where you just kind of overwhelm your opponent with stuff eventually, or hit a big Seraphine and tempo them, or get a crazy replay off Contraband Stash. Like, there's a few ways a deck like this can win. I'm thinking about adding a Hanar package in, because Hanar also gives you Burgle cards, right? And that kind of gives us a different line too, like a filler package almost. So Hanar and Secrets and Plagiarize also just fits really well into the Burgle line too. In fact, I don't know if I need all these. Let's maybe do that. That looks like a good little secret package to kind of complement here. I like that. Is there a special sound for 500 bits? I don't even know where the sound cutoffs are anymore, but hey, level 3 hype train now active. Thanks, guys. Level 2 is a good spot. Pretty crazy. Yeah, I like Hanar. Disruption 2. I mean, we could run the fish. I thought about the fish. The OTK counter here. This can also turn into, you know, a Burgle card, so. Oh, nice. I didn't even know I did that. I'm sneaky. Look at me go. It's been years since I inputted those. Thanks for the 1,000 quick bits, by the way. Jeez. Level 2 hype trains are insane these days. This looks pretty good. Like, what 3 cards can I add in here that are... Oh, Wand Thief's a good idea. Yeah, Wand Thief, of course, yeah. Mage spells. Mage spells are pretty cool to get replayed too, because there will be big spells in the pool. So we could get like a big mage spell replayed. Yeah, all that's looking good. What about just like a swindle, just for some card draw? I like swindle. Kind of want 2 swindles instead of another savory deviate delight. Is that wrong? I mean, we have parlay technically for disruption. I don't know. This looks pretty good. I like this actually where this is. Again, I think some of these, like, I don't think this is going to be a great archetype. I don't even think Lobotomizer is going to be a great card. Shadow Step? I don't think Shadow Step really helps much for Seraphine, right? I mean, a Secret Passage is a neat idea. Like, Secret Passage is such a good card generally. Could maybe run that instead of Swindles. Maybe that's better. Because maybe that helps me find, like, sneaky stuff off the Seraphine. Yeah, I do kind of like that better. Discover stuff would work with Maestro, but we don't really need it. The Maestro is really more there for the, like, opening double agent or Wild Paw Knoll scenario. Now, it is true that if I don't have... Oh, my God. 20 gifted subs, pumping the hype train by himself, the madman with 20 gifted subs. Oh, my God. Level 3 hype train complete. Congrats, everyone. My God, everybody here. There's only 250 people here. We've hit like 10% plus of the stream. Jeez. Wow. So many thanks in chat too, man. A lot of legendary names in there. Whew. Dodged again, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So it is true that, like, if I'm not exactly on a Wild Paw Knoll, even the double agent, like, I'd have to wait till turn 3 to play a rogue card if I wanted to retain the double agent aspect, right? But that said, like, I could just play a Swashbuckler and the double agent is active again anyway. So it's really more about that turn 1 Wild Paw Knoll where you've got a bunch of rogue cards and Wild Paw Knoll is just immediately free or 1 mana or whatever. I think that's worth trying, right? I'm okay with this. Let's just lock that in for now. Again, nothing has to be final. All right, so this is Burgle Rogue. I mean, it's a low curve deck. Sometimes that is alone enough to win. I don't know if we have enough card draw, though, honestly. I mean, it's a lot of card generation, I guess. That solves the problem, usually. That's plenty of value. Hey, Grumpier Goat with 100 bits as well. Man, thank you, Grumpier Goat. Does anyone know if we'll get a pre-launch party? I haven't asked. I've made an assumption and made plans to do the pre-release, because they always do it, but I don't actually know 100%. But I have indeed made plans to do a pre-release. All right, let's go on to Big Spell Mage. Got that deck locked in. Here, I can also post these for you guys too, I guess. Hold up. That's the Guff Druid first, and here's the Burgle Rogue as well. Okay, so Big Spell Mage. Again, we have to get to 10 Alterac Valley cards, which I think we're just literally going to add all these. I mean, it's fine. That's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah. I will be honest. I actually don't think Arcane Brilliance will be played in the final version of this deck. I think it's too greedy. Giving up an entire 4-mana turn for value in hand as opposed to, like, cheating stuff out. I mean, you're going to want to cheat stuff out of hand, I think, in this deck, but I don't think you're going to want to spend 4 mana before doing that. I think you're just going to want, you know, to have it in hand already, one of them, and cheat it out as soon as possible. And I think you're going to want early game survivability. But we're going to run Arcane Brilliance because it's new, and of course we want to test it. But for the record, I don't think it'll be there. I'm not even sure Mass Polymorph will be good either, but also just happy to test. Tremudius, I don't know if Blizzard will do the 100 gifted sub thing again or not, actually. Yeah, we may not be able to use that to push hype trains. I'm sorry. I feel like they've backed off a lot this expansion, maybe even last time too. I don't remember, because of all the stuff in the news and everything, and also the community team has had a big shifts as well. Like there's new people and stuff, so I wouldn't expect it, honestly. I haven't heard anything either way, but like I think normally I'm given like codes to give away, and I don't think people have been getting codes, or at least US folks I don't think have been getting codes, so I suspect they're not going to do like the full party on thing. But yes, this does disrupt Dawn Grasp a little bit, actually. Yeah, because you don't get a big arcane spell. Actually, right now, we don't have any big spells. But it is a copy, so it's not like you're fatiguing yourself or anything. You're just kind of not advancing your game plan. So we need big spells of other types for Dawn Grasp. That's an annoying thing. It doesn't work right. I think we want Mask of Cthulhu for sure, because Shadow is awesome. I kind of think I want Flame Strike as opposed to Grand Finale. Oh, Hype Train's done, by the way. Level 3 Hype Train, guys. Insane way to start the stream. Very cool. Choo choo indeed. 42 subs and 2,800 bits is crazy. What a way to start the stream. Thank you, everybody. Gray Stage Parrot. I definitely want Deep Freeze. I like that a lot because it's guaranteed to hit an enemy, so that's great. Stall and bodies on board for Dawn Grasp. So see, the problem with like Mass Polymorph already is if that goes off after Deep Freeze, I'm gonna be transforming my own Deep Freezes, right? Which sucks. Is there a world where I cut Mass Polymorph and just rely on the Arcane Brilliance instead? It feels so weird, right? It feels wrong to me, but I mean, it's not the end of the world if I get some 1/1s on board. And it's like a 50-50, right? I might get Brilliance anyway. But I am allowed to because, yeah, like you said, I have a 7-drop already, actually, so that's solved. And I have the 12 Alterac cards. I'm going to cut the Mass Polymorph, guys, yeah. Now, do I want Flame Strike or Grand Finale? I don't really want to have to build in a full elemental package, I don't think. So Grand Finale is like maybe just an 8/8 sometimes, which I'm not sure is good enough. Let's take a look around, right? Let's see. So 9, we know there's nothing. 10 is just Iceblood Tower. So that's 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I have 8, 7, 8, well, 9, and 10. Yeah, so that's actually solved from a brilliant standpoint. So currently Dawn Grasp summons 2 3/6s, deals 10 to the board, and copies 4 cards. Assuming everything has been played, right? We definitely want Courier as a cheat. I think I want Flame Strike actually instead of Grand Finale, because I like, you want to be sure you stop your opponent's board if you play a Dawn Grasp. Plus, just, you know, big AoE is nice. It's a little maybe bad from an Arcane Brilliance standpoint. Sometimes, not necessarily. We don't need Mask of Cthulhu that much. Yeah, Elementals might be the early game package. I was hoping to get by with the other stuff. We're going to see here in a second if we feel like we can or not. So, for instance, I want the new Alterac Valley card. If you have a Frost spell, I think. Gain 5 armor. I currently just have the 1 Frost spell, so I don't know how reliable that's going to be, but Arcane Brilliance always draws it, so I think that would be consistent enough. But I also want the new Pirate from this thingy. Deep Water Evoker, draw a spell. Gain armor, of course. So you have both Strike and Finale. Oh, interesting. Do you have Elementals to support the Finale or not? Or are you just happy to get a single 8/8? That's where I'm hung up. Ooh, I did like Arcane Overflow too for an arcane spell. Do we run Inkset? Inkset's weird, right? Because I really only have Arcane Brilliance that's like a cheap spell, and it's not the right mana breakpoint, so it's like one spell discounts another by 5. Oh, the new 2-mana hero power guy. I didn't really want to have to run an elemental set, but I am running out of cards as well, so I'm a little torn. Let's take a look here. Can't really, I don't think, run secrets because they're too small. I don't even really like running Arcane Brilliance because it can kind of mess up the Deepwater Evoker. That makes me a little nervous. I do like any kind of card like Wand Thief that fills in mana and potentially spells without disrupting our curve considerations for spells. I mean, look at this, though. We are so fat right now. Like, this is so greedy. I think stalls like Varden make a lot of sense. Oh, boy. Wouldn't Wand Thief ruin your hero card? Not always. I mean, yeah, I got to get to the hero card, right? So, I don't know. I'm nervous. There is like always Venomous and Wandmaker. Yeah, we could go that route. I get this is so fat right now. This has to get like we can't have this much late game, guys. This is crazy. I can't, I mean there's no way I can have this much late game. There's just no way. It's just too much. I haven't heard anything about submissions this time either. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. You have Herald of Loch-Kalar. That's actually kind of intriguing to make the Snowblind Harpy better and give you a minion early. I only have the one frost spell though. So do you. Oh boy. I feel like I do like Solarian actually fairly well. It's another solid early minion, although it does give you a big another. It's like another Dawngrass. I don't know. Actually, that might be risky. Boy, this curve is so fat. I do like Scorpid. I think Scorpid's good. Again, yes, it does run a little bit of a risk. I mean, we could do like this route instead, like Death's Head Cultists and stuff. Just like pure survivability. You know? Like, what if we just went for like life gain instead? So I have the Harpy, I have the Evoker. Varden is sort of like that, a stall. Death's Head Cultist is healing. Is there any like 2-mana card that's really good and defensive as well? I kind of like this idea better. Just trust on the swing, right? Like believe in the swing. Could even do like an explosive sheep to stop aggro. Just ping this, you know, sometimes. Or just play it kind of like a... yeah, mule's not bad. I think I like sheep better though, actually. Just to recover a little bit. It is like 4 mana, but even if you just tempo it on 2 sometimes, I bet it's disruptive enough. Anything else that makes a ton of sense? Another 1-drop maybe that's defensive. Oh, Armor Vendor actually is really good. We could do an Armor Vendor. Yeah, Armor Vendor's perfect. Well, no, I think I need a Varden. I can't cut Varden because Varden... Oh, this deck is so great. It's so greedy, dude. It's so greedy. Okay, do I still have 12? 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. Oh, 12. Yeah, okay, we're fine. Yeah, I think it is too greedy. It feels really bad though, because it's like you want to run the cards obviously that they printed, you know, but I think it's too greedy. I don't know. It's theory crafting. I'm gonna run it for theory crafting, I think, just cause again, you know, I think you have to tweak this a little lower curve if it weren't theory crafting, but maybe this is okay. I mean, we just had the mulligan super hard, right? Yeah. Again, I wouldn't make this your day one ladder deck. Yeah, no, I know, but I mean, like, it's just like they printed this big Spell Mage package of stuff over the last like 3 expansions. You feel like you want to run it all. Like, I actually want to run ink set or whatever, but it doesn't make sense here in this particular world. Now, what I think actually, again, if I were playing this for like ladder, like day one instead of theory crafting, what I think we would really end up doing is lowering the curve dramatically, putting in ink set, putting in some like secrets maybe, and having the big spell payoffs, but not like fully committing to all of them. You know, like right now we have Ice Blood and Deep Freeze and all of this stuff. I think you could probably really hone in on that a little bit. Like maybe Rune doesn't make the cut, maybe even the hero card doesn't make the cut, and then just tighten it up. I bet that would end up being a better list. But again, I'm building this specifically for theory crafting streams, so I want it to be a little bit greedier. I don't like Fire Sale over Flame Strike because it can hurt my own board. So if I like summon Deep Freeze stuff and then Fire Sale, I'm like hurting my own guys. Flame Strike is always going to impact the right things. So whether off of Ice Blood Tower or Dawn Grasp, it is a always safe fit. Like, yes, of course, Fire Sale has upsides like tradability and lower cost, but yeah, I do think Barrier actually is pretty sick. Even if it's low cost, like it's a good card to get off Dawn Grasp because of the life gain, plus of course the early game life gain too. Like that's a good example of a change I think you could make if you wanted to make this a better ladder deck specifically. But again, for me, for now, we're gonna try to make it greedy for theory crafting. You can't be too greedy in theory crafting, because some people still. I remember that Outland theory crafting stream. Everybody was just playing, or actually, I don't think it was Outland. I think it was the Skullomance, the expansion after Outland. Everybody just played aggro Demon Hunter with like a couple new cards. And I was the person who pushed to have the rule that you have to have 10 new cards, because I was like, come on, guys. Everybody's just farming wins off of Demon Hunter right now. This is not a good spotlight of the new expansion. This isn't how we showcase the new cards, you know? Do you guys remember how frustrated I was? Or it was just like every game is like aggro Demon Hunter, aggro Demon Hunter, aggro Demon Hunter for the theory crafting stream. I was like, oh, come on. I know that's fun for some people, but I don't think it's the best way to showcase the cards. Not trying to try hard in theory crafting, you know? At least I'm not. So anyway, I want to make a big paladin. And I guess I'm just going to run all the big stuff now. Again, I don't know if these will be the best cards, but these are both fine 8-drops for big paladin, theoretically, so we'll run both. Cariel, for sure, I want to put in here. I think she's going to be pretty cool and just good stabilizer in this deck. We're going to want a few more threats and commencement and some other stuff, I think. What else do we want in here? You guys start naming stuff. So we want only big minions. Could maybe run a Righteous Defense as a way to keep ourselves sort of safe-ish. Okay. There's, what else? Hammer we probably don't need with Cariel. For Paladin, we mostly got Cavalry. I don't know why this guy's in here. Cavalry Horn and Vitality Surge. So big heal based on minion cost. Cavalry Horn cheeses a minion out of hand for 5 mana. Along with just some stuff like this that Kind of helps you fill in the gaps, I think. Barricade's a good bet. Yeah, Barricade and Commencement, like I said. Where is Barricade? What expansion is Barricade? Where is that? Where's Barricade at? Is that a warrior card? I thought it was a dual class card. Why wasn't that showing up at Scholomance? I'm so confused right now. Where is Barricade? Oh, it's Dark Moon. Oh. I thought it was a dual class card. Oh, Dark Moon mini set had dual class. Oh, that's what it is. Thank you. Okay. Dark Moon races. Got it. Yeah, Barricade's perfect for us. Actually, Snack Run might be all right too. Just another way to heal. There's some heal synergies in here technically. I still need more big threats though. So, like, Moarg is a possibility. Certainly Tyrion, I think. Tyrion, a little risky, perhaps, with Cariel, because we don't want to overwrite the Cariel weapon, usually. So maybe we actually don't run Tyrion. We do have Abominable Lieutenant as well now, which could be cool. Moarg for life gain, but this deck actually has a fair bit of life gain, technically, off of our heals early. So maybe we cut the Moarg this time just to test these new 8-drops instead. Like, I technically think Moarg is probably better than Brasswing in a majority of instances in metas, because the heal is more guaranteed, and this heal is, like, kind of conditional, and it has Taunt by default, and this does not, unless you get Commencement on it. So I would probably prefer Moarg, but again, for the sake of testing new cards, I think we'll be fine here. Scrapyards are pretty good. This is 8 big minions. That's probably more than enough, I would say. I do like Hammer, but not with Cariel. Again, I'm trying to avoid weapons for Cariel, because if you like draw that after playing Cariel, you might not want to overwrite your weapon. You might be kind of sad. I think we should do like a city tax and an equality. Equality is now good with Cariel, a Brasswing that sticks, a city tax, and of course just board clears are totally useful for us. We can also do a Barov as well for the same. Oh, I can't run Barov though because of Commencement. Never mind. Or Cavalry Horn. Yeah, we can't do Barov probably. Okay. Ice Lord. I don't hate Ice Lord, I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm cool with it. I mean, we could test it, sure. Why not, right? Let's do it. Oh, he's 10 mana, not 5 mana. Yeah, I mean, he's actually pretty good to pull off Commencement and stuff too. So yeah, okay. If we have him in hand, he's cool. We took some damage, we heal it up, we play a cheap Lancalar, and then, yeah, why not? Works for me. I like this, all right. I'm a little nervous that I don't have any like actual way to play minions. A lot of you are saying first day of school, which I kind of like. I'm thinking maybe cutting the Righteous Defense here, because I don't really need the buff upside on that, right? Maybe we run that first day of school instead to give us some consistent early game. More consistent early game anyway. That fills quite a bit of mana. Also it has some technical downsides with Cavalry Horn. If I somehow can't play the 1 mana cards, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think we'll very easily be able to dump the 1-drops before playing a Cavalry Horn, right? I think that's okay. It is kind of sad to have 2 Cavalry Horns with a Cariel. Like, you assume you hope to play one first, but I guess after you've played Cariel, you won't really need the Cavalry Horn because you'll have so much mana that you're better off just playing the minion as opposed to like attacking twice and then playing the minion, right? So yeah, that's actually fine. It is a dead draw, but you're not always going to have Cariel, and then it's a dead draw that won't impact you as much. It would be equally dead with no minion in hand, and if there is a minion in hand, you can just play it because you have mana anyway, so that should be fine. Okay, Gutter Boy with a Prime sub. Thank you, Gutter Boy. True Silver for the Innocent Curve. That's kind of a neat idea, honestly. Because right now, Innocent is not a 5-mana play. It is usually a, like, 7-mana play. I don't know that I can really afford that, though. I can't have too many weapons if I'm running Cariel, and at the same time, like, as much as True Silver is good on 4, it's really bad if I get a Cavalry Horn on 5, because I need to attack with the Cavalry Horn immediately, because it's a Death Rattle, right? I mean, I guess you could always play the Cavalry and then overwrite it with the other thing, but that seems bad too. I think I like this okay. Does Cariel work with this deck? Not inherently, but I don't think she hurts this deck. But regardless, I'm gonna run her because it's a day 1 and I have to have the hero card. But I like the idea that it stretches the game out pretty well. The downside, right, is we have a limited number of minions in hand. So, like, her hero power, particularly with the 10-mana cards, is like, is it going to do anything? Occasionally it'll hit an 8-drop. So the hero power doesn't grind it out, but the defensive utility would hopefully help. I am, like, this deck does not have a sort of fatigue condition, you know? Like, we don't have infinite dudes or resources. We kind of have 9 threats, you know? Arguably a few more with Protect or something. So there is some risk. Like, I wish I had more of a way to get endless value, because I like endless value. I don't think it's worth running like a Cthulhu or anything, though. So anyway, this looks fine. I like it. Certainly seemed like we had more than 10 Alterac Valley, right? Hey, Goldilocks! Oh my god, Gutter Boy with this up, and now Goldilocks with 5 gifted subs. Amazing. Thank you, Goldilocks. So this is big Cariel Paladin. Okay, that's good. Grats to Cursed Pope, Theo the Ocean, Pulsach, Black Lotus, and Hayayuya. Goldilocks did unfortunately miss the hype train. Would have been a nice little addition, but we'll take it. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Goldilocks. All right. Yeah, this is the official Hearthstone website, yeah. Next up was Deathrattle Priest. I am actually not totally sure that we can do this in Standard, especially with 10 Alterac Valley cards, which is the requirement. But I will try. So I wanted to build an OTK Deathrattle Priest, if I can. Again, I don't know if we can, but that was the goal at least. Maybe we can just add in some value here as well, since it might be hard to actually get enough stuff to OTK. That is 8 cards. Blah. Guess I can run this guy. I have to get to 10 Alterac Valley cards. Najak doesn't really synergize with Xyrella, so I don't think he's one of them. Oh, okay. I mean, this is fine, though. Popsicular's not bad. I think he's okay. Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. We're at 10. I think this is okay. I didn't really want to run Popsicular. Everything else is totally fine. So, like, this gives us actually a pretty good Xyrella pop-off. Like, Owl hitting for a bunch, Disciple clearing the board so that Owl can hit better, summoning some minions, drawing some cards, freezing stuff if this doesn't take care of it. So this isn't exactly like a full OTK, I guess. I may not, like I said, I may not actually be able to do that in Standard, though. It's the problem. May just not work, because all we really have is like Shadowed Spirits. We could try to force like a lot of Shadowed Spirits, though. Isn't there still a Leper Gnome? No, there's not. Oh man, really? Is it really just Shadowed Spirits now? Are we gonna have to go to Wild to do this really well? Yeah, we might have to go to Wild to do this well. Oh, you could do the Imp. No, he's worse. I like Pop's Cooler better. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just that deals damage. Hey, Ignis Infernum, dude, thanks to 18 months. And no Sam. Thanks for the vid. Says proof that Wild format is the best format. Yeah, we may have to do the OTK thing in Wild. Just because we could try to create a ton of copies and stuff of Shadowed Spirit, and go that route, right? Like, I don't think that would be bad by any means. The thing is, though, right, if the deck is not fully dedicated to that, should I just commit more to a value line as opposed to committing to, you know, this like really focused copy stuff that's kind of all in when we don't really need it to be? I don't think I like the Prime enough. I mean, I was looking at it because it is technically just a good curve minion, right? It's not bad. Same for Light Shower. It's like I think I want like a more aggressive stance in this deck. So Light Shower, despite, you know, being a big heal and stuff, hopefully we're okay. And same for like Moarg, right? Kind of want more aggression. So we could go like Terran Gorefiend as a way to get more Shadowed Spirits and more Death Rattles because it summons copies of the minions, right? Like, clearly Terran's doesn't do anything with Xyrella, but just more copies of stuff on board. Could be pretty cool. I mean, Baron seems pretty slow and greedy to me. I don't think we really need Baron. It's hard to play with Xyrella. It's hard to play with other stuff, so. So I need spells now. Because this guy draws a Shadow and Holy spell. And I think still running some copies is totally fine. You know, in other words, running, I don't know if Condemn's actually aggressively focused enough. We'll hold on to it for now, but we need a good Shadow spell. But anyway, like Gift of Luminance is still pretty good on all these Death Rattles, right? Particularly like Korak is kind of nuts. Well, maybe not that nuts because one... Well, if it's the right class, 1 damage actually might be hard to deal with Korak, so it's probably okay. Palm Reading is good. Let's go like the Renew Palm Reading sort of card generation line to support this. I think is generally pretty nice. Oh, Raise Dead's good for more Death Rattle dudes. Insight? Insight's okay. It's not jumping out at me. We have a little more card draw than Priest normally has thanks to Spirit Guide. Also some tradable, which isn't bad. Bless, I don't think we'll be fully supporting Bless. I don't think this is a Bless deck. I think Bless has a deck, but it ain't this one. A lot of 3-mana cards. My God, what are they all? Amulet's not really 3 mana. These are not really super 3 mana. These are. I think that's okay. Go like Broom to give ourselves some ways to make our Death Rattles immediately good. Like Humongous Owl, for instance, is kind of bad without Broom, maybe. Do you know anything about the theorycrafting live stream? I do, yeah. I'm in it. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you like the date and stuff, so it's happening and I'm in it. That's all I know that I'm allowed to say. Won't Undying Disciple deal 0 off Xyrella? No, it deals 3. It was confirmed by Blizzard. So, Xyrella says trigger the death rattle of every friendly minion that died this game. So she's triggering this minion's death rattle. So when this minion's death rattle goes off, it says deal damage equal to this minion's attack, and it references itself, so it has 3 attack. If Xyrella just said trigger all death rattles, I guess. I don't know. There's been stuff like this that seems like it wouldn't have worked in the past, but Blizzard already said it's going to work, so I don't know. It works. Feel free to agree or disagree with why. I'm glad it works. That's all I know. I'm glad they made it work. It does feel like there's been other things that wouldn't have worked, but it kind of makes sense too, since it's referencing the minion. Like when Xyrella triggers, the minion flows up there and it shows the minion. And if it's showing the minion, that minion says this minion's attack and it says 3. So I kind of get it. Was good. Yeah, man, I don't need to see the entries. They're just on the list now. It's all good. You're good to go. Don't worry. I think I need like a little more early game, but I don't want 3 drops. What are other just good priest cards? Like more renews and raised deads and that sort of stuff. Anything that's good. Devouring Plague is fine. Deliverance, meh. Thrive, I don't think we need that. Shadow of Death, nah. You guys said Insight. I'm okay with that. Insight's fine. One more card, a legendary. Some of you said Reliquary. I think Reliquary is okay. Any other good legendary that really fits our list? Don't hate a Xyrella, actually. We have quite a bit of healing. We might need some recovery. Even the Xyrella Hero Power heals for a ton after she's up. Yeah, Xyrella is a pretty good card, right? We have renews and stuff too, so... Okay, kind of dig this. I don't know. Like, it's it's got some early game for tempo-y stuff. It's got value, so we can like outvalue a lot of decks. It's actually got a shocking amount of like burst damage once you get Xyrella. Because we have like all these death rattle damages off Shadowed Spirits and copies and Mungus Owls and board clears and card draws. I am a little light on shadow spells. I guess I have 4. That seems like enough for the spirit guides and any. Oh, and Call of the Grave too. And then Holy, I have 4, 6. Yeah, that's fine. That's a good mix, actually. Yeah, this actually looks kind of okay. I kind of dig this. I think this is gonna be fun. It wasn't exactly the like full OTK I had hoped for, but I thought we saw Leper Gnome in. I guess Leper Gnome's just legacy now, huh? Either way, this looks really fun. I think Xyrella will be some big plays. Alrighty. What was next on my list? Let's see. Tamsin's OTK. Tamsin's Phylactery OTK. Alright. So Warlock. It might actually be hard to get 10 Alterac Valley cards here like we need. Because I really just want to run Tamsin's Phylactery. So I wanted to run Tamsin's Phylactery with this idiot here, the Humongous Owl. A lot of people have been talking about this. I'm certainly up to try it out. So Owl deals 8. You get a board of imps, and they also all deal 8. So if you kill off your board of imps, you can deal 8 like 7 times, right? Now... couple things we got to figure out there. How do we kill the imps? How do we summon the imps? And more. Summoning the imps is not going to be hard. I also have to figure out how to get to 10 cards. We'll figure that out here in a second. Summoning the imps is presumably going to happen off Wicked Shipment, just trading this in until it gets to 7. Maybe, you know, whatever the right amount is. 6 could certainly be enough. And then you have your imps. That's pretty easy. You kill an owl at any given point, and boom. So how do you kill the imps? That should be fairly easy in Warlock as well. There's like School Spirits. There's the hero card could do it. I mean, there's a million ways. It doesn't really matter, I guess, too much. Do you ever go Fiendish Circle here to have kind of a backup plan? Still only 7 mana. You could play a School Spirits with it. Like, that's still 32 damage on an empty board in case you don't have your imps. Because I think we're going to have to build like a token kind of game plan as a backup here. Because I think... Yeah, I think we're going to have to build a token backup plan, because I just can't fill out the deck enough otherwise, right? Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I think Hellfire is pretty reasonable too, since it does a lot of extra damage. You know, deals 3 extra, could help with breakpoints. I mean, actually, you know what is probably best is Soul Rend, because Soul Rend has a higher likelihood to clear more of the opponent's board. Because if they have any minions left over, like the Humongous Owls can hit minions instead of face. So Soul Rend is like the most likely to fully resolve the board, right? And then you're more likely that the owl hits go face. So maybe we just run a Soul Rend then. From there, like, do I build this like a tempo deck with imps? Do I build this like a combo deck with a lot of card draw? I'm still only at 4. Still only at 4 cards too for Alterac Valley. I have to get to 10 or I'm not allowed to play this. Sigil of Summoning? Isn't that a... Wait, Sigil of Summoning. Isn't that a Demon Hunter card? Wait, what? What is Sigil of Summoning? I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, you said, wait, that's a Demon Hunter card. I thought all the sigils were Demon Hunter, but I wasn't sure. This is fine. Draw a spell, increases the likelihood of finding Tamsins. So Fellfire, that's an Alterac card. Full Blown Evil is actually pretty good board clear. So that's fine, I think. All right, so that's 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. So I need 2 more Alterac Valley cards. Could certainly just run some Grim Totem Bounty Hunters for removal. I'm cool with that. That's actually pretty good. We could run like a Korak if we wanted to go for like a backup plan for Tamsins. If like, you know, maybe actually, you know, we'll probably still run Rustwicks for that. If we run into like a warrior who has like 1 billion health and the Humongous Owl's not going to kill them, we can just run a Rustwicks and then we can use that as our backup Deathrattle plan, right? And then we're just gonna like have infinite primes in deck. Basically, we'd have 21 primes shuffled in, which could be a fun alternate way to win. So that got us to 10, right? 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, okay. So that's good enough. We could do stuff like Bartender as a backup plan. I think I'm more likely to just now commit to like being a control and card draw deck, right? What you typically want for combos is just staying alive and you know, killing the opponent. Touch of the Natharzine might actually be a little risky. Well, no, it's fine. What am I saying? It's not risky. I don't have to kill my own stuff. Drain Souls are good. We can run a Tamsin to go with this stuff. I could probably still run a School Spirits. I don't see it as a downside. It's just redundancy. Okay. Do we go like even more Soul Fragment-y? Probably okay. I can run minions, and so I don't have any limits on what I can run, right? I just can't run Death Rattles. As long as it's not a Death Rattle, though, I'm fine to run it. Can run the 3-drop Soul Fragment too. That's card draw. Yeah, this is looking pretty good, actually. I like this. Maybe an armor vendor? It gives them life. Is that a concern? Sometimes, yeah, I guess, yeah. Any other good, really good heal card that's solid yearly? Like a 2-drop, maybe? Could run the Seeds. I don't really need it, though. Oh, you know what we might want to run? If people are running Cariel, I might want to run a Rust Rot. Because I do rely on damage output, right? So I might need a Rust Rot to have my OTK function. What am I reading? Phylactery again? Discover a friendly Deathrattle minion that died this game. Give your minions its Deathrattle. So, for instance, we can give 7 imps a Deathrattle that reads, deal 8 damage to a random enemy. I kind of liked the idea of the 5-drop guy, because we have all these rifts and we have all these imp boards. Like a Shady Bartender does make sense for that specific scenario. He's tradable, right? So he's kind of okay. Like you have maybe some burst damage that way. You have tradable if you need the card draw, because we definitely care about card draw. Same thing with Rust Rot, right? It's kind of our 2 tradable cards here. One to give us a board stabilizer, one to give us attack to like Cariel and stuff. I think I kind of dig this. I like it. I like it. The biggest problem is going to be finding a turn to play the owl. Like, do I have to run brooms in order to play the owl? That's, I think, my question. Discover never shows the same option twice, so you can have up to 3 Deathrattles and be fine, even if there's repeats. I think I need to run a broom, guys, or actually 2. I think I need to run 2 brooms. I think the owl is going to be too hard to play without a broom. What's the other cut? I do like the Viper. I don't want to cut that. I like the Rustwicks, even though it's not good, because it's fun. Can I cut the Bounty Hunter, or do I run out of 3, 4, 6, 8? Wait, do I even have 10 now? Hold. Oh yeah, 10. 3, 5, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, I can't cut the Bounty Hunter. One of the school spirits. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I kind of hate these one-ofs, but that works. Do you need 2 owls? Well, only in the world where you want to make sure you draw one, right? Like, if it's card 30 and you're an OTK deck, you're pretty sad. I could, I guess, run an owl and a Talon, technically. But it kind of does the same thing, right? Like, if you drew the Talon, it was going to be an owl anyway. You know what I mean? I actually think running Talon over Rustwicks is probably the better game plan, but I think we're okay. Talon has taunt. Yeah, but we don't have to play the Talon if it would have been an owl, right? We can just play whatever other card we want. So if one of these is a Talon, right, and I draw a Talon, that's cool because I get to find an owl, but it would have been an owl anyway. And now I have to commit 5 mana to playing Talon, and it not getting silenced, not getting, polymorphed, and I have to kill it off, which might not be hard, but it might be. And instead, I could play like a Fellfire or a, whatever, School Spirits with the same amount of mana, because I don't think card draw is going to be an issue in Warlock. We should have plenty of life tap card draw and stuff, so I think we'll have more choice that way. Not that the Talon's bad. You can run a Talon if you want, because we don't have too many Deathrattles yet. We're still fine. I mean, like I said, I actually think you should run Talon instead of Rustwicks if you wanted to make this like an actual more competitive list for consistency's sake. I'm running the Rustwicks because it's super fun. But Talon over Rustwicks is probably a good change. I bet that's a net positive change. But I think we have to have the brooms. Otherwise, this would be too hard. I think this is going to be a bad deck anyway, but that's okay. It's for fun. So next up, I wanted to build a Frost Shaman. And I think I wanted to make it a control Frost Shaman purely because I want to put Brucon in there. Like, I want to play Brucon on day one. Because he's a hero card. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you can put Brucon in any kind of list. It doesn't matter. But that was my instinct, is like a little bit more control slanted to kind of encourage the Brucon. In other words, like, you could go for like a cheaty Snowbolt sort of burst damage option, or I don't know what you want to do, but I sort of like the idea of a... I love how blue this deck is. Every card is blue. Always blue, always blue, always blue. I mean, I'll run a Snowbolt, whatever. That's fine. That's definitely 10 Alterac cards, isn't it? Jeez, is every Alterac card. Do any of this stuff too? Like, I guess the Snowblind Harpy makes a lot of sense. It's a good freeze option. Could definitely go Popsicooler as well, and Herald of La Calar seems okay. This is definitely a more like slow value list, right? Like, you want this list to go long, don't you? I don't know how you like what's the actual win condition here? Like Glacier, Brucon, a big snowfall. I don't know what exactly I don't know how exactly to turn this into a victory, you know? Brucon can definitely just grind people out and deal damage. The Battlecry Parrot's a good idea. Yeah, let's add other cards. Let's start tossing in other stuff. See if that can help us kind of find the victory line here. Bolner's probably a good idea too. Battlecry Parrot seems nuts with a lot of this stuff. Particularly Snowfall Guardian. What else is good? An Elemental package. Yeah, that's kind of the most clean line, I think, for Sleepbreaker. Kind of fuses it together, but at the same time, I don't know if that's enough to win. Like, does that actually get you there? Like... I think that I don't know how to win. Just stall out and like I don't know when the deck wins. Just lock them down with elemental. Eventually, like maybe it's eventually stabilize an elemental board and then whack them really hard with cheaty Snowbolt. I guess that's it. Like eventually get a Glacier to stick or the Wild Paw Cavern or some of these freezer stuff. I don't really have any other freezers, though, that freeze face. Yeah, I'm still not totally sure how to leverage this into a win. It almost still kind of feels like a sub package. Like, they're very good cards independently, but when do they win? A lot of people are just throwing out like good cards, which, I mean, yeah, we want more good cards, but like a Doomhammer, for instance. Everybody's saying Doomhammer. Like, how does Doomhammer end the game? Do we also have to run Rockbiters and you know, Storm Strikes? And then if I am, like, what does all the Battlecry stuff do? Just stall? Is that the idea? Just lock down your opponent, stall them out, and then, like, whack them with a Doomhammer? That doesn't seem particularly compelling to me as a... It may not be bad, I guess. I mean, it's not, like, the craziest idea I've heard. I just don't know that it's... I don't know that it's super exciting, I guess. I just think the idea is to add every card that's blue. Every card in the deck is blue. Both the frame and the art. Like, can Brucon do enough? I sort of like the idea of just grind them out, control Brucon. Like that's where my instinct goes. But that's because that's the kind of deck I like. You know, I like a control deck. I like Note Taker, Windchill, Cheaty. Well, Windchill can't go face, so it doesn't do any burst damage with Cheaty. That's what I was saying. Like I think you have to have like freezers on board to make that good. That's what I mean. Like you have to have the Wildpaw Cavern or the Barren Glacier to make it hit face. Which certainly, like I said, might be a possibility, right? If you can get enough of these 3/4s in and like stabilize on the back of those, that is definitely a way to win. Because it goes off multiple times in a row. Like, I guess that's it. Just maybe we run like Diligent Note Takers to get copies of like the Wildpaw Cavern and stuff, and like multiple boards of Glacier too off Macaw. Could be pretty cool, right? Like Glacier, Macaw, and then Macaw again the next turn. Eventually get a board of 3/4s to stick because your opponent runs out of stuff, and then just snowballed them to death. And then you have Brucon as kind of a backup plan to grind them out. That's actually pretty cool. I do like that. So let's think about how to support that best, right? What do we do there? We want Battlecry copies. So Bolner, Macaw is good. Well, actually, is Bolner any good? Because he takes up a board spot for the Macaw. I mean, Bolner's like pretty good with like Sleepbreaker and stuff. Pretty good with Fireheart still. Pretty good with Harpy. Yeah, I mean, Bolner's probably still good enough. Battlemaster. Oh yeah, Bolner Brucon's really good actually. Yeah. That's a good point, yeah. I think in that case I actually do want more cheap battle cries than to support the Bolner. Right? We need more cheap battle cries. Maybe just a couple more anyway. Oh, you know, like a Wand Maker might not be bad. Another way to get a wind chill sometimes. It's pretty good in Shaman anyway, I think. Oh, you know what also might be good is the 3-mana freeze. We lost Glacial Shard, right? But we still have Frozen Shadow Weaver. This could be used to freeze face as well for extra damage. This kind of reads deal 3 to face. You know, if you got a Cheaty Snowball out. I wish we had a Glacial Shard too. That would be sick. You know, we could just do like a Scorpid again. It's a little expensive though. Maybe a Pandaren. Give us some spell diversity there. Any of the Aug Merchants good for us? Tour Guide's cheap, but maybe not super helpful. Oh, you know, Pinflinger's not crazy. Like, you could get a scenario where you have Pinflingers going off multiple times with Wind Chills. And then also activating your Battlecry synergies, right? I think this deck actually has enough card draw, by the way. I kind of don't hate Pinflinger idea. It's another way to, like, keep a board in check, weave in some extra mana. It's not bad. Kindling? What does he actually hit? Snowfall? In Sleepbreaker? I'm not as in love with that, actually. I really like Pinflinger. Oh, Wild? I think this is really good. We have a lot of cheap spells. It can activate multiple Bolner procs, which can do some crazy stuff, right? Like, can get me Brucon hero powers over and over again. Like, think about that, guys. Oh no, I need more mana for that though. No, that's not really gonna work because this is only this turn. Brilliant Macaw is really good for Brucon. Oh, but I can't do that. Oh, but I can do Brucon and then Bolner Macaw and get Brucon to go off over and over again with Pinflingers, right? As long as I have other spells to weave in. No, I think that's pretty good. And then maybe just like a Pandaren to give me some healing sometimes, like some nature spells and stuff. Another cheap Battlecry. Kind of dig that. So Brucon on 8, and then like on 9, you go Bolner Macaw. That gives you 2 Brucons, which can deal 12 damage to face. Bolner will not replay Spell Pinflinger. He replays the first Battlecry you've played this turn. Macaw repeats the last Battlecry you've played. So Macaw repeats Brucon, and then every subsequent Battlecry repeats the Macaw, which is a Brucon. We've tested this before. Bolner doesn't re-update. He always plays the first one, guys. It's always the first Battlecry you played, not the most recent Battlecry. So the Macaw becomes the Battlecry that's always repeated. Right? We've done this before. The Macaw does not update, right? Oh, maybe it does because... No, wait, we've done this before. I'm fairly certain... I'm almost certain... Well, yeah, no, it doesn't... Whoa, you guys are talking about the wrong thing. You're talking about the wrong thing. There's no other bird played. Oh, but it's still the first one. I'm like, didn't we build a deck around this whole conceit? Am I insane? What was that? I thought we made a whole deck about this, and it stuck on the bird, didn't it? Yeah, it was the N'Zoth. Hold up. Maybe we were only doing 1 per turn, so we didn't have to reactivate? No, wait, what was the Bolner doing? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, actually. I don't remember. I don't know if we ever did Bolner and Bird together. We did Bolner with Bird, but I don't know if they were on the same time or not. Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't remember. I think I was getting it confused just because we did multiple Macaws. So, does that mean the Bolner's not worth it? I think he's still really good, right? Still seems very good to me. There's no way to cheese infinite Brucons, though, then. Like, you could play 2 Macaws in a row, I guess. I think Bolner's still worth it. Just on his own. If we had a Lightning Bloom, we could technically Bolner and Brucon the same turn. And then, like, Pinflinger twice or whatever. But I don't know if it's worth running a Lightning Bloom. I kind of like this. I think this deck's sort of cool. It's like a grindy Frost Shaman. I'm very certain this will not be what the, like, actual version of Frost Shaman looks like. I think it'll be more tempo driven. I think it'll have elemental stuff, like some kind of fusing of all that together. But this is a very fun looking list. I like the idea of this a lot. I think I will very much enjoy playing that. Okay, so that's 7 decks. I'd kind of like to get to about 10 decks, because some of these I may not play on theorycrafting if they have deck recipes in the pre-release that are similar to these. I may save them for the pre-release, like, because I can kind of double up, you know? I can play them in pre-release, so why play them in theorycrafting? Bolner Snowfall would make a thick Bolner. Oh my god, you're right about that. Oh, I didn't think about that. He just keeps gaining the stats over and over again. He does get frozen, though, right? Because... Oh no, he replays the Battlecry, so he doesn't get frozen. Oh my god, that's actually a sick idea, isn't it? Oh no, but you have to play the... but you could play Snowfall and then Bolner. But then he doesn't get the first round of buffs. You'd have to play Snowfall first, then Bolner. Then new Battlecries. And he plays the Battlecries, so he would freeze the Snowfall and each subsequent minion. But he would get stacked if you played a bunch of small dudes. I mean, he wouldn't have much mana left. But you'd also be freezing off your first Guardian or freezing off Bolner if you play Bolner first. That would make him bigger. Could still be worth it though, just to get a really big minion that's frozen. That might be a neat idea. I need to make let's make maybe one more deck. And then I'm probably gonna hop off. Nothing really to play because stuff comes out tomorrow. So what's the next most exciting thing we can make? Let's see, we did Priest, we did Rogue, we did Shaman, we did Warlock. Oh, Warrior. Let's see. Taunt Warrior. Kind of wanted to do a Galvangar combo Warrior. You also do Token Demon Hunter. I guess a lot of people want to see Token Demon Hunter. That might be good to do. Let's do Token Demon Hunter, then we'll call it quits. Yeah. Token Demon Hunter is a good idea. That's definitely an archetype that's been hanging around forever and doesn't quite ever get there, so. Alright, so Token Demon Hunter, Kurtrus for sure. We need 10 Alterac Valley cards. This is definitely one of them. I think you gotta run these probably. And here, and definitely here. So that's 11. That's just fine. Actually, we may not quite need Field of Strife. I don't know that it's bad. I'm thinking about it. Oh, God almighty. I just unplugged everything on my desk. Oh, God. I don't think I like Field of Strife that much. So let's hang out here for a second. Let's see how this looks. Actually, do I like Field of Strife better than I like Flag Runner? Yeah, actually, I think I do. Never mind. I take that back. I think the upside on the attacks is pretty high. So, yeah, this is a good start for Alterac cards. That kind of met our Alterac threshold. I don't think we need anything else here from Alterac. So let's head out to standard here and see what else we want. I'm gonna grab the most obvious token stuff first, and then go from there. We also probably want to try the Felfire thing for Kurtrus. I'm not sure that'll be good. It might just be a meme, but I want to try it either way. Okay, where are the tokens, game? There's not enough tokens left. Where are all the tokens? Excuse me. Game, I think you forgot to give me tokens. Isn't there the 3-drop token thing? Oh, here it is. Yeah, Coordinated Strike. No, I missed one, at least. Kind of like Sigil of Summoning, just 2 minions for 2 mana is not bad. The taunt is like kind of iffy. You definitely prefer Rush, but it's just kind of about a critical mass of minions, I think, is one good way to think about this. And, you know, I want a fast, like, aggro-y game plan, obviously, too, as much as we can. I like Renowned Performer a lot because it's multiple tokens. Could do Vile Fiend Trainer, but I think it's just too conditional. I don't totally love that one. And then there's the 5-drop tokens, I think, or did those rotate? Those rotated. 7-drop tokens is definitely a finisher potential. It seems so expensive, but Fel Guardians is intriguing, right? It's one of those you got to have it in hand for it to be good, so I'm a little bit doubtful that it'll get there, but we should probably try. And then we need draw, actually. A lot of these cards, you know, we need to have the Guardians in hand. Oh, whoa. Whoops, what did I just do? Whoa. Game. Too many Crimson Sigil Runners. I did slot in the hero power cost 1 less. It's right here. Yeah, we got that. Kind of like the idea of Tusk Piercer on 1 into Battle Worn on 2, and I also need card draw, so it sort of solves that problem. It currently only hits Renowned Performer. Is that enough Deathrattle synergy to make that worth it? I don't know yet. We got to decide. Probably wouldn't hurt to have one more Deathrattle card. Is there another good Deathrattle-y token card? A Deathrattle that summons like a bunch of stuff. Maybe in oh, Feast of Souls isn't a bad idea. The problem is we don't have that many token summons. It's more about like stickiness almost, as opposed to It's like sticky death rattles or sticky tokens as opposed to like rushy tokens. It might be hard to control them sometimes. There's this, there's this. This guy's actually kind of cool. He's like a soul of the forest for tokens, but he's expensive. If he was like 2-man, I'd be all over that, I think. Yeah, man, there's not quite enough. This deck does feel a little light on things you need. Kind of like Sneaky Delinquent almost, although it's not really sticking on board, is it? I don't know. I guess we can do a Devouring Ectoplasm. That feels so strange. Like, that just feels so random and strange. Maybe a Peddler, but I feel like you really want 2 Peddlers to make that good, right? Man, part of me wants to like put a Deathrattle package in here. Derailed Coaster. That is a neat idea. It doesn't solve the Deathrattle problem I was looking at, but I guess it makes sense. Yeah, it is kind of the 5-mana problem solver there. I'm going to cut these Fell Guardians. I don't think they're good enough, and I think I need, especially with this now, I need enough card draw and I need more cards in hand. So I do have to get another Deathrattle to make these Tusk Piercers worth it, I think. Maybe even 2 more. So I don't think I want to go for like the full Deathrattle chain. I might just go Persistent Peddlers because I can draw with them, and they are kind of technically sticky for a Tusk Piercer. So between the Peddlers and the Performers, I think we'll have enough consistency there. Also just more minions in hand. I wouldn't mind one more like really good card draw card, like a big card draw card. Because this deck can definitely recover, I think. Like, we want like chip damage early, but we don't have to win early. I think we can pull it back later if we need to. Actually, probably skulls are okay on this one. Our costs are low enough. I think we can get away with a skull. Yeah, I think a skull will be okay. I kind of want 2, actually. Okay. Like, if we lose a little ground in the mid game, we can still pump out a ton of burst damage and stuff, right? I think. Okay. You like Korak? Thought about Korak. Could I do Korak over a Sigil Runner? Maybe cut a Field of Strife for a Korak. How many cards do I have? 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. I could cut one of these and still have enough cards. Oh no, if I cut Korak, I can actually cut both of these and run that Sigil Runner. Yeah, I think I like that better. I think the Field of Strife is worse than just good stuff. Where's my boy Korak here? I like running Korak. He's a fun idea. He's theoretically quite sticky too, right? So maybe pretty good. And also might die a lot for Urzul's. Who knows? Okay, cool. Token Demon Hunter. Yeah, we'll give this a shot. I have less faith in this now than I did before we built it, which happens a lot when you're finally like realizing a deck list. But I still think Kurtrus is good in a Deathrattle deck too. I don't think you have to run tokens to make Kurtrus good, so we'll see. And in duels, just a monster. All right, so that is yeah, that's 8 good cool decks. I mean, maybe not good, cool decks. So hopefully I can play about 5 of those at least in the theory crafting stream later this week. I'm going to try to figure out the ones that don't cross over with deck recipes, because I'm also planning to do deck recipes this weekend if they're available. Haven't heard that officially. I'm going to try to inquire so I know that for sure. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. I may have to make a couple more if there's too much crossover, but I'll figure that out. So That said, thank you everybody for your help today. Pretty sick to build decks together. I'm going to call it here on this stream. We'll come back tomorrow for a big long stream to play some duels. Apparently new stuff is going to be available in duels tomorrow. So we'll kick off the Alterac Valley action a little early in duels, and some of the new duels passives and stuff, I guess, are going to be available as well. So should be really fun. That said, thanks for the crazy hype train earlier. Thank you for the help on the decks. Thanks for the follows and love and kind words, all that great stuff. And yeah, I will drop you off on a raid and see you all tomorrow. Let's see who's going to get raided. All right. It's always tough finding a good raid target. All right, here you go. Enjoy the raid, everybody. Thank you again for hanging out today. See you tomorrow. Have fun out there in the universe. Love you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, game on.